Me and Ted have always been a more traditional couple. I cook the tea, he eats the tea. I scream, he kills the spider. He asks for sex, I think about it. But that's all changed. Now me and Fiona are working our way through a list.
No, I'm not sure I follow.
She's training me to do everything myself. For instance, I can open any jar. I'd rather die now than ask a man to open a jar for me.
Do you only eat out of jars?
No, but I'm making a point.
Well, what if there was a woman in the house?
I'd let her open a jar for me.
What about if there was a transsexual in the house?
Male to female or female to male?
Female to male, would you let him open your jar?
Yes, because he still has a woman's hands.
What about a male to female transsexual?
No.
She might be really offended by that. So you'd risk death or the loss of a good friendship to a neighbourly transsexual rather than admit you can't do everything by yourself.
But I can.
But that's not what marriage is about.
I know what marriage is about, Mr. Moody. I've been married for 15 years. And anyway, Fiona told me.
Marriage is where a woman takes her husband's name and becomes part of him, like his arm. He uses this arm to wash his clothes and cook his meals and pleasure himself. When the woman decides to do something for herself, she finds she has only one arm.
So, do you think I should become ambidextrous?
No. No, we need to rail against conformity. Reclaim your arm. You kill the spiders with that arm. Open jars with that arm. If you're going to do things for him, then you must do it all, but on your own terms.
Is feminism mostly about spiders and jars?
Mostly, yes.
There's so much to learn.
Ah, there certainly is. Next week, we'll be covering our mottos. First and foremost, we regularly ask ourselves, what would Alan Sugar do?
Is he a feminist?
He's one of our best.
So I'm learning to do everything.
So your husband now does nothing?
He tries, bless him, but I just explain.
Can I help you with the dishes, love?
No, I'm perfectly capable.
I know you're capable, but I thought it might be fun.
Dishes are never fun. Frisbee is fun.
Yeah. Sex is fun.
Not with soapy hands, it's not. It's dangerous.
Oh.
I tell him that I'm a feminist now.
Have you thought that he might not feel valued? You know, people like to feel useful.
No, Mr. Moody. I'd like to keep my arm, please.
So, do you talk to him?
Peas or beans?
Please, please, love.
Yes. Well, he does night shift, so we hardly see each other. I sometimes leave him little notes.
What do these notes say?
I've opened all the jars.
I think you could maybe do with bringing him back into your life.
But I don't need to.
I think you do. Tell me how you interact with male clients.
One of the few fellas who comes in is Terry. He reckons he has a sex addiction. There's no such thing.
I can't get enough.
You're just horny, pet. How many times have you had it today?
None.
This week?
None.
You're not very good at being addicted, are you, Terry?
I'm trying to wean myself off of it.
By not getting any.
Well, so it's hard to meet women.
Maybe you should get yourself a dog.
Isn't that illegal?
For taking for walks.
Ah, right. Yeah.
Classic way to meet tired women.
Okay, how about I give you some hypothetical situations? What would you say if someone couldn't move on after the end of a relationship?
How long was the relationship?
2 years.
And how long since they broke up?
2 months.
I'd say it was early days for her. There is a 3-point plan, though. Gain a stone, lose a stone, have sex with a young man. The easiest way to lose weight is to gain it first. What went wrong in the relationship?
She considers him pathetic.
Nothing worse than a pathetic man.
Oh, but it's because she's making him feel incapable.
How's she doing that?
She's taking over. I think maybe she could give him some power back.
Okay, let's think. She could do it subtly, start asking him to do things for her.
Yes, that's a good idea.
I'd suggest she leave him a note. Can you take the top off the marmalade, please, pet? It's on too tight. I see what you're doing, Mr. Moody.
Sorry, I'm a bit cack-handed.
Oh, I've got some wet wipes in my bag.
No. It's fine. Let me tell you about this complaint.
I know who it was. She was a new lady and I had to go through the preliminaries. Do you consider yourself grumpy, down in the dumps, or actually depressed? And remember, depression is a chemical imbalance of the brain, and so I have to refer you to your GP. Or I've got some spare uppers from the last whingy bitch I had in here if you prefer.
I beg your pardon.
Oh, did you burp? Fear not, Mrs. Gladwell, we're all friends here. I often lift a cheek mid-session, if you know what I mean. Mrs. Gladwell's very formal, isn't it? Can I call you Moira?
No, you certainly cannot. I'm depressed and I do not wish to partake in your naive drug abuse. I'm here to be counselled. Would you like to know what ails me?
Not till after the music.
I will try to fix you. Don't worry. Be happy. Look at me, I'm happy.
Now tell me, what seems to be the problem, Mrs. Gladwell?
I am in a crux.
Oh, do you want a different chair?
No, I consider myself a victim of social anxiety.
You're going to have to give us a bit more, pet. Is this about politics?
In company, I feel awkward.
Oh, do you mean you're shy?
I suppose so, yes.
There's nothing wrong with that. It doesn't need fixing. I was called Norma No Mates at school, and look at me now.
Quite.
What I'd suggest is that you have a quick fix, something you do which makes you feel instantly calm and able to tackle the party/gathering/accident and emergency.
I see. And what would you suggest this thing be?
Allow me to demonstrate. Imagine the scene. You're at your house and it's all fancy posh. You've invited 150 guests and the chef has let you down, so you're buttering away and your butler is applying the wafer-thin ham. Buns completed and flagged up, crisps in bowls, and you're ready to face the crowd. How are you feeling?
A bit sick, to be honest.
Good.
Are you at the party?
No.
Thank God.
Now consider this. In your pocket you have a photo of an animal wearing clothes. The choice is yours. A pig in slippers got me through a painful divorce. But you could equally go for a cat in a hoodie or a dog in a top hat. She's the one who complained, right?
I'm afraid I'm not allowed to disclose that information.
I showed her all of my photos, not even a flicker. I swear this job is hard. Not everyone is fixable. Are you a happy man, Mr. Moody?
In what way?
In a way that isn't sad? That's a no, then. Happy people say yes. Are you happy with your lot?
My lot.
Yes, what would you consider your lot? Attention-seeking drunk children aside. Love, job, hobbies.
I love my children, even if they are monsters. I have a nice garden. I enjoy reading.
Your job?
It pays the bills.
Do you enjoy your job?
I enjoy is a strong word.
Arsehole's a strong word. What else? Love? That's the strongest word of all, after... and, of course. Do you have love in your life?
Not since Mildred.
Sex?
Me on top normally, but it's been a while.